Good morning everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's had a great start to their day.
Everyone.
Oops, don't want
Hope
that.
everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's had.
Well, we know that the audio is doing well. So, again, now how I'll get started, like I do with every day. I go from the higher time frame down to the lower time frame. Obviously, yesterday we were looking for higher prices, which ended up getting. We just kind of got stopped out a little bit. We were expecting this inverse fair value gap on the daily time frame to hold price and for allow us to trade higher. Now we have this daily volume imbalance here. We're now above it and see that we're respecting it right now. So again, I'm looking for this high. It would be Wednesday's high to get taken out, and I'm also looking for Thursday, December 26th high to get taken out, and then see if we can trade up into the consequent encroachment of this wick. So again, looking for higher prices, and we'll see what we get today, but I'm expecting a large range as well, because yesterday we had an inside day, which is a precursor to expansion. We also know that it is Friday, so most likely that they're gonna try to run quickly to get their positions pretty much done. We had a choppy day yesterday, so we're kind of expecting a lot of expansion today. So another thing that I like to go to, I don't know what just happened there. That's weird, never happened before. But here's SMT. This is what I look for in terms of the higher time frame, like what am I looking for? So as we see here, we have SMT to the upside, which is also going in the direction that we would be expecting. And we have this tail here with this. I believe that this is a stop run. This is accumulation below the lows inside of a gap. Yes, I know that we have SMT on the daily time frame. If we look here, this is lower than that, but we're expecting bullish price action. So that's what we're going to go with. Now, something that I am noticing a little bit, and it kind of makes me sit on the sidelines, but this is where we closed yesterday, and this is where we are currently. So I want to be considerate of the opening range gap when it's a little bit smaller. I will wait until 10 o'clock to take a trade. So this will be another silver bullet trade for me based on where it's at right now. And that's just the current setup that what we're getting. If there's no trade today, then there's no trade. But that's essentially what I'm looking at for today. Just looking for a little bit of bullishness here, again from the higher time frame going down, and yeah, that's pretty much what the game plan is for today. We have the new day opening gap, which is pretty much, let's go back to this chart, which is pretty much right here. This is where the new day opening gap for today is. So again, I do see this, and it would be a nice breaker setup, but I don't trade before the 9:30 opening. But that is what I'm seeing framing up right now. I mean, hopefully we can get a larger opening range gap, but very unlikely. Oops, sorry, I just wanted to have this outline. So this is the daily chart. This is the imbalance. This is what I'm focusing on for a price to be held above here, not necessarily going to go lower. That's what I'm looking for. So also, if we see how we have the bodies being respected on the 15-minute chart of this daily imbalance. So that's what I'm expecting to hold. That's what I'm anticipating. And that's what I would like to see moving forward. Now I could go to the hourly chart, but you'll pretty much see the same thing. So that's the level that I'm looking for. Notice how we create a fair value gap over this. We create a fair value gap on the hourly chart, overlapping this daily imbalance. And notice how the bodies are kind of being kept inside. So again, that's what I would be looking for today. And we're seeing that respect there, this order block here. We see respect down there. So if we can close above here, understand this is an hourly chart, but we were expecting higher prices to take out previous days. We already took our previous day's high, but the current week high, and then we'd be looking for that other buy side liquidity above that. So that's the game plan for today. A lot more quicker and easier than yesterday, because yesterday we had Trump speaking, and it's a good reminder. I'm actually going to check that now because I didn't do that yesterday and had no idea. So I'm checking Forex Factory right now. Okay, everything has stayed the same. So we have flash manufacturing PMI at 945. So based on what's kind of happening here, I'm most likely going to wait 100% until after 10 o'clock to take a trade, because we do have the, put it in the screen, we do have the manufacturing PMI at 945. So definitely going to wait till after that. And especially with the size of the opening range gap, I'll wait till 10 anyways. So I think we should see a lot of expansion today, so I'm not worried about missing the trade. But if that happens, then that's just what we get for today. So yeah, I think these are all the apparent levels that we need. This is, remember, the daily imbalance, and we pretty much kind of wait until then, and we'll see what we get. I'm going to put on the buying and selling, because that lets me kind of know what I'll be doing today. If I know I'm not trading, you will see this gone, and it'll be a lot more paper trading or just reading price in general. That's more or less what you'll see. But yeah, not a large range from the previous day's close to where we are right now. What's good? Too cool. How are you, bro? How are you? But yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking for today. Higher prices, take out this week's current high, and then the other high that is from December 26th. I believe that's the high, 2024. Glad you're doing great, man. Glad to hear that. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're looking at. Again, going to be looking to trade after 10. Hey, too cool. I did my due diligence. I actually looked at Forex Factory today to make sure they didn't surprise me with anything. I almost went along the whole thing and forgetting, but I brought it up. They kept it the same this time, so I'm good to engage now. Yeah, I don't want what happened yesterday, man. That was not fun. You know, I took an unnecessary loss, but it was a good lesson. You know, I'd rather learn it now than later. Rather have that. Is the stream good though? Is it lagging, or is it clean? Audio is a little bit low. I guess maybe I have to start screaming. But the internet's running great. Okay, cool. Yeah, I had to do the wired connection. It's crazy if you could see how far away the Ethernet is. Hopefully, let me see if I can change, because yeah, it's all the way up. I'm just hoping that I don't have to keep yelling, because I pretty much feel like I'm screaming down here. That's how it feels to me. But yeah, we'll see. We'll kind of see what happens today. I think hopefully it's good. It looks good on my end. It looks like if I can't actually turn it up anymore. And if I did, I'd probably blow your eardrums out if it was possible. So I don't want that to happen. But yeah, everything on my end looks pretty good with the frames. Yeah, they're gonna be like, why is he screaming? And I'm just talking normally, just trying to make sure everything else is going well. But yeah, my gut is telling me that we're gonna probably scream off the open and probably not have any retracement. But I'm hoping that we do. You know, I would love to get into this trade, because I believe it's gonna go trade higher, but have to be patient and wait for my setup. And it's most likely gonna happen past 10. So yeah, I know. I believe we should pump straight up as well. But I'm praying, it gives me a nice little silver bullet today, because of the size of the opening range gap from the previous day to now. Because I mean, this is not the price, but if we just go to regular trading hours, that's not a large range. So 845. Okay. Yeah, that's not that much of a range. Usually when it's a larger range, I am more apt to go in before 10 o'clock, but because we have that signature right now, I won't do that, even though it looks prime and all of that stuff. It'll just be an opportunity that I'm just not able to take advantage of. Yeah, very true. Very, very, very true. Yeah, see, when I woke up today and I looked at the 15-minute chart, I was like, okay, we got something. Like, we can, like, this doesn't look like yesterday. So, I'm chilling. Hopefully, we kind of leave some stuff in there. I'm praying, we kind of, maybe I'm not, chop some people up a little bit, before the actual move, but we'll see. We did hit the new day opening gap from December 26th. That's where this high as of right now is being created. Oh yeah, draw on the daily is bullish. It's crazy bullish. So again, we had this respect of this daily volume imbalance. I almost forgot what it was. And then had this fair value gap, and we respected it on this time frame, also on the 15-minute time frame. So this to me is exactly where I'm kind of looking for. Take out this high, and then we have this high over here. Maybe we can trade up into this wick. We'll see. We had consolidation yesterday, so we had an inside day. So looking for some expansion today, and it's Friday. So I think there's a lot of things to help it kind of pump higher and with speed. I'm thinking we'll probably see a lot of speed today in price. And we also had, let me just bring this up, SMT right here at a daily level. So I like that. And then here you go with Dow. What are you doing? Like, what are you doing, Dow? Come on. Come on. Let's get with the program. But yeah, that's the plan for today. Get some nice clean levels today. We should be able to see them pretty easily. CFDs on SPOOs already made a new all-time high, so futures should follow. Yeah, 100%. I didn't know that though, because I did know, like, it was very easy to kind of see where this was gonna go. I mean, that looks crazy. Like, that is prime for the taking. Like, that is for sure today. If it doesn't happen today, I would be very shocked, because what does the news look like next week, actually? Let's see. So next week, okay, we got FOMC. Oh, that's going to be fun on Wednesday. And then we have, yeah, Wednesday should be fun. I'm pretty sure we'll take that out. If we don't take it out today, then next week for sure. For sure. Yeah, we got Powell next week too. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that that's what they're going to take. If they don't take it today, then they don't. But that's what I would be looking for. And then Dow. Yep, I don't know who trades this. I don't know why. I don't believe it's the one people should be trading. But hey, to each their own. Amazon is delaying their earnings. Interesting. Interesting. Amazon. I haven't really looked at till February 2nd. I haven't really looked at like stocks, or like I'll look at stocks like Nvidia. I've seen people do that. Yeah, I'm probably, yeah. When people are delaying stuff, it usually is never good. Never good. But I've seen some people, like, they'll look at like Tesla and what else? They'll look at Amazon and maybe Facebook and stuff, and they'll kind of look at that as they're trading to kind of see, okay, these let's say stocks are down. I haven't really done that much. I don't really a lot of the time pay attention to that, but I do think it is kind of important. But yeah, this just looks prime. I wonder if we will trade back down into here. That'd be nice. At around 10 o'clock. It's because of how small this gap is. And where I got that, like where I'll wait to trade, ICT had talked about that in the 2024 mentorship that he did, where if price has a small opening gap, he'll wait till 10. Now, I do also think that there's like exceptions and where it's like today, but I'm still gonna follow my rules. And when I see this happen more often, then that's when I can potentially change it. But for today, that's why I'm electing to trade a silver bullish esque setup. Now, I don't necessarily trade the first presented or the first fair value gap that forms after 10 o'clock. That's not what I'm trying to say. It's just that that time element is when I'll be looking to take a trade. So I'm expecting for it to be maybe a little bit choppy in the beginning, but just based off of the size of the opening range gap. But as I've kind of said, I have a feeling this thing is just going to rip. It's just going to rip higher. So, but yeah, just going to pay attention to the rules. Yeah, it's so crazy. Yeah, you just, that's what I try to tell people. I'm like, you can just look at the chart and be like, yeah, this company is not doing very well. Probably going to trade right down here. It's not that like, it's not that hard, I think. But I think that's coming from, I guess, some people that have been in the markets for a while. I guess that's the, just want to note this buy side so we know where it is. Then I'll just note this one there. So that's the other one. And I'll put this over here. Just say current week high. If I can spell right. Okay, I'll go on the right side. Maybe in the middle, because that's a little bit annoying. Okay, there we go. So on the 15-minute chart, those are the two levels that we're pretty much looking for. We have the current week high, which is up here, and then we have this. Maybe I do the buy side liquidity from the low resistant liquidity run signature. That's pretty much what is up there, just so we have an idea what to look for, what to aim for. Remember, in all my trades, they have to be at least 50 handles, so it has to look from entry to where I believe it can go. It has to have this distance. That's what I look for. So we can, pretty much anywhere in this area and below and slightly higher, then we can look at that. But if it doesn't do that, then just as we have a 15-minute SIBI at, okay, talking about this one. Yeah, I like that one too. That would kind of overlap. That kind of goes with what I like looking for as well. I can note this one out as well. So if we do, actually I will note it out. I appreciate that. IFEG on the M15. Yeah. So pretty much like what I like to see is if we need to be able to stay above. I like to see if this can hold price. But then again, that would let me know that probably just gonna run a little bit higher. So, but yes, on the 15-minute chart, we have this breaker, and then we have this fair value gap right down there. This is also kind of in the upper portion, so close above it. Yeah, that's what I'd be looking for too. See if we can get that. Yep, that's what I would like. So the market's opening in about 33 seconds or so from now. So we're pretty close to yesterday's. It's also interesting how yesterday's closing price is at this fair value gap, which we were looking at, which would be pretty much this one. It's literally right there. So that's also very interesting there. I'm hoping we don't just run away and just scream, but we might get that. So just want to note the opening price again. Let me just note this. Yeah, so it's really close to yesterday, so not as excited to jump in right away. So that is the business. Hopefully it doesn't just alert like it's been doing the whole time. Like price didn't even trade there and it's already alerting. So there we go. That's pretty much the thing. So just to remind myself where 10 o'clock is, this is where I have to wait for anything. Yeah, what's a quick trick to that? I know that there's like a what do they call them? Indicators. I just like the high touch. So okay, now we've hit the middle, which is good to know. So it's about what, 22? Yeah, okay. So we're good here. Again, I want to see us not just run right away. I would love to see that, but we'll kind of see what happens here. Because, I mean, ES is just ripping higher. I don't know if it's actually hit its all-time high yet. I don't think so. I am going to note that, just in case when it does. Just so I know if it can get up there. Okay. Okay, so they were good there. Dow doing its normal. Okay, so I really would want to see this hold, this fair value gap hold. But okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, I see. I understand that. I see. Yeah, we've made this high inside the new day opening gap from December 2026. That's where this high has been created. We also hit the new day opening gap from today, which is roughly, right here, which we wanted to see. So again, we're having a mixed open, which is kind of a little bit what I wanted to see. Because if I believe that we're going to go higher, I don't really want it to kind of run away right away. And we also had a small, remember we had a small opening gap, which we closed it. So we have officially closed it. And so that's letting me know as well that I should just wait until 10 o'clock. That's what I'm looking for. Also, we had a first presented fair value gap that formed at 931, which I just noticed. I'm expecting it to get ran through. I don't want to see it hold price going lower. I would expect it to just get ran through right now, unless it wants to come down here and then maybe reverse, but I'd want to see it run through it immediately. Like, I don't want to see no respect of that. So again, we came down in here. We have a minute left. Remember, the wicks do the damage. Yeah, we got red fold at 9:45. That's what I'm waiting for as well. Like, I seen that today, too cool. I seen that today. I wasn't going to let that get me today. I knew that. Not happening today. So I got my big boy pants on today. I'm going to be informed today. I'm not going out sad like yesterday. So yeah, we have SMT inside this daily, this higher time frame. So that's why I'm looking there for. That's why I trust that SMT. It could go a little bit lower. Maybe take these people out and then want to go. That'd be amazing. Actually. Because then the people that want to get in early from here, or even think that this is the top, it could suck them in, them in short. Yeah, small opening gap range. Red folder news at 9:45. Necessarily don't like this close on a 5-minute chart, but it stayed inside as of right now. So not too bad there. So now we hit the 15-minute order block here as well. I should probably outline that because this is on the top end. This is on the top end of a daily volume imbalance, so we'd expect to see if it's going to go higher. We would expect this to support price here. That would be my expectation. Yeah, so if this takes out and does like more SMT, like kind of gets people out that were earlier, and S&P stays higher, then that's exactly what we would want to be looking at and looking for specifically. So look at the bodies, at least of right now, are being contained inside of this, which is again another signature. Even with the wicks, that's fine. But I'm looking at the bodies. What are the bodies trying to tell me? Yeah, S&P is surging, so yeah. Dow is still trading a little bit higher, so I'm expecting this to start to spool a little bit here. Trust me, everything in my being wants to be like, when I see the breaker setup form before 10 o'clock, everything in my being wants to press the button, but I'm not going to. If the setup arises and forms, my body is going to want to, be like, hey man, just press it. But we're going to wait. We're going to be patient today. There's no rush. Here. Yeah, because especially even if we can inverse that, like that'd be nice. Inverse that. This 5 minute, if it creates a 5 minute gap, I don't know if it's going to, but if it does that and we can inverse that as well, and then it's also in the upper portion of this 15-minute inverse fair value gap, cookies, man, cookies. I'm for that. First presented fair value gap is kind of holding a little bit. So we close outside. It's all good, not worried. I'd much rather see a stop run because that lets me know that the stop run, and then after 10 o'clock we can look for our upside. But I do want to see this candle be respected though. I don't want to see it kind of close down there. That's not something I would want to see. I did feel like yesterday was a little bit too far away when I looked at the stream again, so I will kind of zoom in a little bit closer. So first move is always, I think it was what, the first shall be last. Just saying, don't get tricked. So this is also something that I've it's taken a while to get to this point, but like instead of, like, I used to see this order block and let's say I actually wanted to buy it in the past, I would just buy it because it traded out into an order block, which is what most people do. Instead, I look for the area to have or show specific signatures, and then once it's showing a signature that I would like to see, that's when I engage. So yeah, I don't just buy the order block because it traded the order block. Like, this is a nice signature there. Nice signature to see speed moving away, for us to hit this level, hit the daily imbalance again, or volume imbalance again. Look at the bodies on the 5 minute chart. Stayed inside. That's a good signature. And we have this fair value gap there. I would like to see it get ran through. S&P trading higher. Like, this is 100% going higher. Like, I don't think this is going to go lower. But just have to wait for my my signature. We have news at 9:45, so yeah, we just be chilling. First presented fair value gap. Remember that's here. I just don't want to have too much on my charts. I feel like it's getting too much now. I think I'll put that on there because I think that's kind of important. But after that, I'm gonna try to kind of leave it be. Yeah, just chilling. Let the market get its oh yeah, and we use that. Yeah, let the market just do what it's gonna do. Let it kind of get people who want to get in early. Fine, that's fine with me. But we did also find support right here on the 5-minute chart, like right where this is in the low end. That is also the new day opening gap from today. So I like that. I like that a lot. Just patient. Like when you have a toy, like you have a dog, you have a toy, and like the dog's just like waiting for you to just throw it. That's how I feel right now. I'm like waiting for the chart to just kind of show itself, but I'm like so amped up. That's how I actually feel right now. But yeah, just chilling. I actually have my hands underneath the desk. I don't know if you could hear that. So it's not on my mouse at all. So I don't, do anything I would, potentially regret later. So, yeah. I want to see if we could actually, this gap right here can actually remain open. I actually don't want to see us trade there at all. If we can do that, that'd be amazing. That would be amazing. So like where I like realistically want the setup to form is up here. So on the 15-minute chart, if I look at this gap, this inverse fair value gap here, I want it to form up in this portion. So if you can give that to me after 10 o'clock, that's what I'll be looking to do. Trust me, everything in my being is looking at this right now. I'd be like, okay, we did that. We ran right through the first presented fair value gap. What I'd want to see if we create another fair value gap, especially above this candle here, we create this. Then we create a fair value gap here. You buy it and then just look for it to go up there. That's what my mind is like literally telling me. But yeah, we do have news in 2 minutes. But I'm expecting it's done all of its work here and it's gonna expand. That's what my being is telling me right now. It didn't create a fair value gap here, which is cool. So I like that. So come down, immediate rebounds, retest the first presented fair value gap, and let's get busy. Let's get active. Yep, news in 2 minutes, so patience here. Patience, patience, patience. Yeah, I was gonna put my like streaming thing on, I think it's like ultra low latency, I think is what you can do. But yeah, to be honest, I wasn't really sure if the connection could, if my Wi-Fi was gonna be good enough. It looks like it can be good enough to where I can do it, but I don't think you can like watch in, I think they call it like 4K or 1080p or something. I think it doesn't support that, so this is about all I got. Yeah, so news in about 35 seconds or so. So we just kind of wait here. So again, the body's respected here. Hit the 15-minute fair value order block. So I want to see us kind of close above this, but it's fine. I think we'll eventually get that. I've been trying to find like music you can play in the background so it's not too low, but you know how don't do it. Don't just run. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Be nice, Be generous. Don't just run right away. Don't do all that. Yeah, see, for me, I would love this to actually create a gap. not be too animated. No, don't trade up there yet. Not be too animated, but I'd like to see us kind of close above that and then use this candle as a order block that's on top. I wouldn't expect us to come down here anymore. So that's what I'd want to see. If we create a fair value gap here, not trade up there yet, and then during the macro time would be even amazing, but preferably after 10 o'clock, we do that because I don't want to see all this wicking and stuff. But that's what I would prefer if that can happen. If we can leave this open and kind of chop here, and then at 10, boom, come down into this specific fair value gap if it gets created, and then see if we can target up there. And I'm pretty sure that's more than yeah. Nope, didn't create it there. It's okay. So just gotta wait. It's a nasty wick. Patience, patience, patience. It's like the patience is the easiest, but also the hardest thing to do. If that makes sense to anyone. Because it doesn't, like, patience isn't like something extraordinary, but it's very hard to do. Very hard to do it. Yeah, I know it wants to go higher. I've seen evidence of that. I just have to wait. And if that means that I missed a trade, then that means I missed a trade. Because the last thing you want to do is not follow your rules and then get stopped out. That's like the last thing that you want to do. And you can't be consistent that way either. Had to learn that the hard way. What is Dow doing? I don't know. I don't know if you guys are watching. What is going on here? We do have. No, we don't have SMT there. That's fine. I like this better. But what is Dow doing? What are we doing, bro? Come on. Catch up with the program. Yeah. So hopefully, we can create a nice fair value gap and trade down into that with some structure here. And then, yeah, that was 100% on drugs, and it doesn't like sharing. It likes just always being it's like the friend or like the kid that just always be acting out for no reason. Just wants attention. That's what Dow is doing. But yeah, so we know that's what we're looking for. We're just, hoping it doesn't just hit it first. Because if it does that, then we have some things to reconsider. But yeah, so for me, like, if we can actually like keep this gap here, I would actually like this. If we can keep a gap here, we have this wick on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, I would like that based on the structure that we're seeing, and then to see if we'd be able to get handles, 50 handles to there. It would be that buy side liquidity, which I think it can hit. So I'd be okay with taking that trade. But again, it has to happen after 10 o'clock because of what's happening. But this fair value gap right here is what I would be in if it wasn't for the time constraint. So this would be the one that I'd be looking for. The 5-minute chart, they create this. So that's bullish. This would be CISD on a 5-minute chart. And I'd want to see this upper part of this fair value gap be held if it can create it. you know, it may not be able to do that, but we have 5 minutes before, or we have 10 minutes before we can enter. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we have here. But yeah, nothing there yet. I should just remove this because there's nothing there for me yet. But that's where my eyes would be going to if it wasn't for the time constraints. Dow's selling. Dow was selling its friends out like that. That's crazy. So now we've hit the order block on the 5-minute chart here at the low end of it. So that's what we see there. We have the macro as well, so it may just run. But yeah, the 950 to 22, 09 to 50, next targets. Would you have 22, 93? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, up there. That's the targeting. But yep, just gotta be patient here. Gotta be patient. Dow is literally selling, like it's it's holding. But yeah, this would have been the buy inside of this fair value gap to take out up there, but we'll see kind of what we get. I don't think that we'll. I don't want us to hit there yet, just, and that's off of personal preference, but yeah, that's kind of what we might get already. Yep. Come on, you can do it. You can relax a little bit. You don't have to go right there already. You can wait until 10 o'clock. Okay. Like that we haven't, gone there yet, but of course, right as I say, okay, boom. Like 10 o'clock, boom, okay. Probably if it does that, I'll probably, we'll see. I don't know what else I would pretty much be looking for today. Like that was my upside objective and target. So if it started just expanding like pretty much way beyond that, then, I'm not interested in that. There'll be other days to trade, other weeks. So, maybe we get something nice here that allows us to get in. Well, let me take this off. I can't see this. Okay, so Dow, ES is having an interesting retracement here. 4 minutes. Dow is completely giving up the ghost. Just want to look on the higher time frame real quick. S&P. Yeah, we're almost there. Not almost there, but okay. Yep, that's essentially what I'm waiting for. I mean, it closes in 10 minutes. We have this breaker on a higher time frame as well. Pretty much we're there right now, so we might get down here and trade into this, trade below that. If we can do that, I'd potentially look at that. If we can trade below that, into that. So I do believe we trade higher. I do think it has all the structure, all the things to it. This is the first presented fair value gap here. So again, we have a fair value gap on the 5-minute chart. That's where it is. That's also where the breaker would be. Just want to kind of note that out a little bit. Just feel like it's getting too much right now. But that's the that's also with the 15-minute order block. If we can close above that, that's again what I kind of wanted to see. So not yet. Don't do it yet. Yeah, don't do that yet, man. I don't want to see that yet. So we have 3 minutes. It's already in there now. So I have to wait, but that's would have been the setup looking for it at 10 o'clock if it would have happened then. That's the setup I'd be looking for. But just gonna be patient here. Happened slightly before. Now the thing for me would be, if we trade above this candle here and create a fair value gap, do I trust it can go up to there? 50 handles above. I believe so, but we need to see something that kind of supports that as well at 10 o'clock. But since this had kind of already happened, I would have preferred it happening after 10 or right at 10 o'clock. I would have taken that trade, but it happened a little bit before, which is, it's okay. It is okay. Maybe also have this wick. It respects the wick as well. Notice where the body, like the bodies on the 1-minute chart, couldn't even close inside of the 5-minute. Notice how that's even far away. That's the breaker set up there. That's the entry. But let's see if we can get a fair value gap here without kind of running up there too high. If we do that, I'm not as excited to buy in this, just to buy in it as like a breaker that's not going to create a fair value gap. I'm not going to do that yet. If it doesn't present that, then there's nothing there for me to do yet. So now it's 10 o'clock. I can take this thing off just because it's kind of in the way. But yeah, I'd like to see us create a fair value gap on the 1-minute chart there. If we can do that, that'd be perfect. That's what I'd want to see. But Now the original entry we wanted was down here. Just didn't give it to us. Didn't give it to us. So I do have this 15-minute order block. Again, kind of what I was saying, to the high, down to the opening price, which it pretty much, I mean, it didn't hit it yet, but that's the opening price there, the 15-minute order block, which is right there. So we'll see if we can get anything this on Friday. I'm not interested in buying it hitting down here now. They would have done it at 10 o'clock or around then. If it had done it at 10 o'clock, I would have bought it. But because of that, it happened beforehand, and what I didn't want to see that, so I'm not going to do that. Just looking for specific signatures that I want to see. Also need to look at the other charts to kind of see what they look like. Dow is selling hard. So right now we're at the 15-minute order block open. In fact, if this is bullish, this needs to hold right there. So if it does this and then creates a fair value gap, that would be lovely. Fair value gap above here, and then can trade higher, that would be my trade. But that needs to happen first. Because right now ES is trading down into its 15-minute fair value gap. There. As this is trading down into this order block. So I'd want to see that hold. I have no interest in shorting, so any short setups I have zero interest in. So we went down to the first presented fair value gap from today again. So we had a volume imbalance here on the 5-minute chart. And this gap here is retracing back down into that. S&P is now kind of near its fair value gap that pretty much would have been created around at the same time. It's there as well. Yeah, zero interest in shorting right now. Okay, so I see the candle 15-minute on 2130. Where is that? 2130. This candle? Yeah, we gotta trade above it. Like this right now, for me, yeah, we need to start showing some like bullish price. I have no interest in shorting today. So even, okay, that one. Yeah, it definitely needs to come above that. If we don't, like I have no interest in shorting today. So if the market just keeps going lower and doesn't show any bullish price action, then I won't be involved. That's just my personal thing. If it just keeps going lower, then that's okay. I'll wait till next week. So we closed past that fair value gap, which would be an inverse fair value gap on the 5-minute chart. This 15-minute order block, as of right now, we're kind of below it, which is, not necessarily what you'd want to be seeing or looking for. If we're looking for bullish price action. So they could hold it until next week and use next week to move price, but yeah, really nothing there for me. See where we are. Okay, so I went down to the opening price again from the previous day, but yeah, I will not be shorting today. This thing could go down 1,000 points and I won't do it. I just have zero interest in that right now. So right now I just have too much stuff on my chart. So we went back down there. Let's remove that just so we can kind of see here. First presented for value gap. We had this 5-minute order block there that pretty much basically got ran through. I mean, I think it closed below its mean threshold. It did. So we need to see some type of bullish action here, kind of creating some more movement above. If it does that, creates a fair value gap above a short-term high, then I'll be looking into that, especially if it's inside here, and I want to be in the upper portion of that as well. So that's what I'll be looking for. It needs to do that before I will do anything else. We have until I mean, this is looking very high resistance. I don't feel like it should be taking this long to get up there with a very clear level, but just have to be patient. And that's why, for me personally, why I waited until 10 o'clock, because of the signatures I told you beforehand. Small opening gap, that makes you wait till 10 o'clock. So this was not a setup because it was not at 10 o'clock. And I said that I didn't like that it happened after 10 o'clock. If it had happened right at 10 o'clock, I would have taken this trade, whether it was a win or a loss. And I'm not looking for shorts. Yeah, this is definitely high resistant right now. So I have to be very mindful of where you're at and what you're looking for. But I think it should probably move now. And I'm saying that because ES traded to this lower portion, especially with, oops, wrong one. It traded to here in this breaker. So want to see that maintain, and also this had come down below and has since then closed above. So we'll kind of see what we're getting for him, but we're looking for specific signatures and price. Yeah, man, this is what today is. This is what I'm gonna remove this 5-minute order block. There we go, because to me this is more what's relevant. But also look at the if you also look at the 15-minute chart right now, we're staying in this inverse fair value gap, the upper portion as of right now. We're still holding that. So yeah, just have to be patient and wait and know what we're looking for. Or it's basically like looking for like kind of what we want to see. Again, what we want to see doesn't mean it's always going to happen, but that's just how I'm looking at it. Also, see how we have this volume imbalance. It's kind of been held inside of that as well. So yep, nothing really to do right now. We also came back down and we hit the new day opening gap from today. We hit the high, the middle, and the low end of it. We're just consolidating here, so nothing to nothing exciting yet to want to do anything. Yes, exactly. Not every trading day conditions our best. Our job is to filter out the noise and make wise decisions. Exactly. Yeah. It's okay. Like it's you just have to be a good money manager. That's how you last long. That's what I understood and what I noticed from I'll say the good traders or the profitable traders versus those who gamble. They can't manage their emotions, and they also expect every trading day to be a day that they're gonna make money or do something just because it's moving. So it's moving right now. I'm looking at it. It's like, I don't want to be in it, and I'm looking at it right now. It doesn't look to me as bullish as I would want. And again, I'm not looking to short today. I won't do it. So, yeah, it needs to start respecting some bullish arrays and trading higher. If it doesn't do that, then that's it for me. S&P is now tanking, along with NQ. But we'll see. There'll be better days, better trading opportunities than today, than right now. So again, if it really wanted to trade lower and start expand, like I would expect it to kind of start expanding now, especially with how we just traded up into a 5-minute fair value gap. I would expect us to kind of start moving away with some speed now. On the downside, if we were in fact like truly bearish. Yeah, the 15-minute chart is still looking pretty good, almost like yesterday. Remember how the 15-minute chart looked? It just kept going down deeper and deeper and deeper, and then we ended up closing above. That's kind of like what it looks like right now. It's in the beginning. I mean, if I was bearish and was willing to put a bearish price action or a bearish trade on, or was looking for shorts, the way that this traded up inside and then left this gap open is a signature that I like to see. And I would like, I mean, the first presented for value gap as of right now is holding price lower. I'm not interested in looking for shorts right now. That's just my personal preference. Yep, so that's a 15-minute. I'd love to see if we can hold and close in this upper portion of this gap first and foremost, but also this inversion. Give more confidence for a potential trade to the upside. But that's only as long as, S&P doesn't just start folding and immediately trading lower, because if that happens, then, there's more to this trade. There's more to this than it's probably going to go lower. But again, we've had 15 minutes into 10 o'clock, and we've really haven't done much. So be interested to see if NQ takes the low out where ES does not, and then shows bullishness. I'm not sure kind of which scenario we could get here, because now we have Dow kind of trading up a little bit higher. So, but again, look how much time we've been spending inside of this fair value gap. It's just too much time not seeing the signatures that you would normally want to see in your trades. Yeah, Dow's now trading higher, which is which is so weird, but yeah. Let me just show you a little bit. That's what I'm talking about. So we have this inside of here. We want to see some respect out of this candle here to this. We don't really want to see it trade deeper. This is already pretty much inside of that. I did see these SMT. It could want to come clean that up first, maybe, before this goes lower. I don't know. But it is high resistance, and then you have this trading higher. So obviously not the best scenario or situation that you'd want to be in. But yeah, we'll see what we're pretty much going to be getting here. So now this would be, we do have SMT there. Oh wait, no we don't. Am I tripping? I mean, we do. We actually do, but I don't think it's significant enough here. So we had this low right here. Oh wait, is it that low? Okay, yeah, so that is a little bit more significant there versus, and that's way up there. If we can hold that, that is pretty significant. Also, we did hit the new day opening gap from December 27th. We hit that high of that on this drop down. So that could be pretty significant if we're still looking for upside price. We want our price action. We want to start seeing it, one, not expand below here, which we're kind of seeing here, and we would want to see some upside movement away with some speed. That's what we'd want to see. And we don't want to see lethargic, like price moving up here lethargically. We'd want to kind of see it move away with some speed away, letting us know that this was in fact a stop run. So this would be like what we would name the turtle soup. If it is that, this needs to run away with speed. It can't sit down here too long. Oh, that looks ugly. Put it back to like what it was. But pretty much, yeah, it needs to run away. It can't be sitting down there too long. We need speed. We need to see some fair value gaps, things being created to the upside that'll let us know. And I think it's probably time, like if we're looking for higher prices. I'm just looking at these as well on the other side. So ES is showing that it responded off of this fair value gap, which was what we would want to see. This is now trading in direction, and this is a little bit lagging behind, but that's okay. We want to start seeing some large range candles going higher if we're going to see price ultimately go and attack this high, this current week high, and then this buy side liquidity. That's what we pretty much be what we'd want to see and what we'd be looking for. But as I said, I'm not interested in, I like that volume imbalance if we can hold that. I'm not interested in looking for shorts today. Samo buys, Samo kapubum. Spend a little bit more time down there than I would want. But notice how we did not expand below. And again, if we can create a fair value gap above here, since this is the first presented fair value gap, if we can create a fair value gap above here, I like this candle, I would extend it out. If we can tap down into here, then I'd be looking for a buy up to there and there. If that's the scenario that gets presented with what I'm looking at right now, that's what I would be willing to do. But it is a very, very you can see high resistant day. It's just, there's a lot of wicks. It's going back and forth, not really expanding below. So yeah, even to the downside, if I'm being honest, there's still no setup for me to the downside either. Like I said, I liked how what this did, but there would have been literally nothing there for me anyways. Yeah, it looks like we're starting to give up the ghost on the other ones as well. You just gotta be patient. If a setup doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Okay, so we've pretty deep. So yeah, us kind of closing out. Us kind of yeah, I pretty much think we're gonna close outside of this, but we'll see. Because it looks like it's kind of struggling to go higher, even though I believe that that's what we're going to be looking for. Again, not interested in anything short. Yeah, we need to start seeing some type of price action, bullishness and movement away, and showing that urgency to get somewhere. Which currently, right now, we're not seeing a lot of. Even to the downside, we're still not seeing a lot of it right now. It's being more kind of controlled and held. But yeah, for me, I'll probably stay till, I'll probably say 11 today. Because usually if it's not occurring till then, I'm not going to trade the PM session. I'm not as interested in that on a Friday. But yeah, if nothing really happens before then it'll pretty much be a no trade day for me. But yeah, for me, the fact that it kind of went up here and failed, I'm wondering if they're kind of what I said in the beginning of the stream, if they're holding it for next week. We have Powell speaking, yeah, we have FOMC and stuff, so we'll see when we get there. Again, just what's interesting for me is that we've taken this low here. We have not, at least yet, expanded away. We have not started running. I think that's a 930 low, and ES has not taken out its 930 low. So we have SMT there with this, an 830 low, my bad. This low right here, I mean 830 is there, but we have that SMT there. So we know it's high resistant conditions, so deeper retracements are expected, but yeah, I would have expected a little bit more from this than actually what we're getting. So there's a little bit of some animation there. But again, we want to see some large range candles start showing that, like, okay, now it's time to go. This is what you've been waiting for. That's kind of like what I'm looking for. So to me, it looks like they could have potentially accumulated here, down below this low, at a daily volume imbalance. This is the upper end, which the bodies are also respecting there. So yeah, I want to see us start moving away with some speed. And then again, like I said, the first presented fair value gap, if we can get above that, and I specifically like this candle here and the upper portion, then I'd be looking to take out that and that. But That's all if it can even do that. Yeah, in less than 4 minutes, this thing just starts ripping up higher. We're gonna close outside of this again, and we would close below this, which is not telling me that probably looking for bearish price action, but again, I'm not interested in that today. So all short setups for me are off the table. Because even look at this, right? Let's say like I'm like, okay, so like I'll play like, okay, I want to short. So here would be a breaker. There's really no fair value gap. When I extend it over and look on this time frame, we would have potentially this inverse fair value gap, maybe. But I don't the way that this looks, I do not trust that at all. Just the way that it looks, and I know what I'm trading down into, so. Yeah, I don't want to trade down into a daily level that I think is going to be supportive. I'm not going to just trade down into that. So, but that would be the only thing that I could see in terms of a setup that we inverse this, or this would technically be reclaimed. But then the lower portion of this that we close through, what's there, it'd be this. I'd have to cut through all this noise just to see this in the breaker, and that's what I'd be looking at. But again, yeah, shorts just for me. I wasn't looking for that today. But yeah, that's the only thing for the downside that I could see. But again, even when I look at that, it looks too choppy for me to even see clearly kind of what's going on there. Yeah, pretty much stay until the 1050, 1110 macro. If nothing happens there, then at least to the upside for me, then I'll pretty much end the stream and kind of, yeah, it's a day of watching price action. Too cool. Are you seeing anything? Yeah, so we've closed outside of this 15-minute order block. Yeah, that I would expect to show bullishness. Yeah, at this point it's just more tape reading. Yeah, there's really, I'm not really seeing anything either. Yeah, just really nothing there for me. Maybe someone else found something, but at least for me and how I look at the markets, there's really nothing there, if I'm being honest. So I guess they're holding it for next week. That would be my assumption. Yeah, I'm like looking at this close through this, like that's not anything that you'd want to be seeing at all. Like that's not a good close for bullishness. It should have been responsive like this. Like when it came down here and hit it and then moved away like that, it should have acted like that, but it did not. Okay, here's some excitement here. We'll see if it actually can hold and last. it'd have to prove a lot to me for me to get in at this point. Like, I want to see it create a fair value gap above this specifically. Like, it can do a breaker setup here. I'm not interested in that. It needs to get above here. If it can do that and tap into that, then I'm more likely to do anything. But right now, there's nothing there for me. This could just be trading back up into this 15-minute or fair value gap here. So it needs to show a willingness for me to do anything at this point. Like, I just want to see straight bullish candles. Straight bullish candles. Show that you want to trade higher. This 15-minute order block pretty much got ran through, so take that off the chart so it's a little bit cleaner. Again, I'm pretty much looking for my setup to form in this part of this fair value gap. That's also another key reason why this candle at 10:06 is like what I'm looking for, if it can get above that. Leaving this open would be ideal. At 10:30, leaving that fair value gap open would be ideal. Just want to check. $10.25 candle, got a flat open. You said 10.20? Oh, yeah. Very true. It's gonna want, yeah, we probably could come up there and hit that. That's very interesting. Yeah, I just saw that. Yeah, again, this wick here looks like that price is kind of maintaining that, but yeah. Yeah, I think if I'm just looking at it a little bit, the way Dow's trading, the way ES is not really showing any strength and stuff. Right now, it kind of just fell out of bed. This is most likely, like, I don't know if we'll see a higher price action, but again, I'm just demanding a little bit more. Demanding a lot more for me to get into anything. So we left this open. Right now, which is nice and interesting, but again, we would need to pretty much get it back above this, and I wouldn't think that this would be used again. I'm pretty sure we would. I would assume, just based off if we're able to get through all that, trade above here, close above here, create a fair value gap, I'm thinking we can aim there and there. But yeah, so then we hit the flat open candle here at 10:20. Yeah, Dixie is dumping now. Okay. Yeah, that helps the trade a little bit if Dixie is not trading lower. We also, we're unable to expand below here as of right now, and then we had left this open. So let's see if we can hit the top end of a daily volume imbalance. Let's see if we can start to get some push here, but ES just doesn't look like it has it in it. ES looks like it's just weak. So when I don't see that ES and NQ are able to show similarities, I'm less likely to kind of take the trade. Also would expect this down close candle here to support price, not allow it to just run right through it. Okay, seeing some I'm gonna note that, seeing some decent movement away now. ES looks like it's getting a little bit excited as well. Yeah, pretty much have like 30 minutes or so, 24 minutes. Like that's essentially what I'm waiting for. We also again have to realize we're trading into a 50-minute order block there, but I would, or fair value gap, I'm sorry, but I would expect us to run right through that. That would be my expectation. But again, this is looking very sloppy, very choppy, and this is not a market where I'm very, very, very excited. If I had, let's say I was using on an average, let's say 5 micros or 2 micros, if today I was looking to actually take a trade, which I'm thinking it's probably not going to set up, but if I was doing that, I would be using a lot less leverage because of what we're seeing. We're not seeing it's still choppy. Even if I was shorting, like if I'm be honest, like there's no way I would be comfortable in this inverse fair value gap inside of this breaker at the bottom, like the way that it's trading. Would not feel comfortable there. Yeah, because this could also be like a little bit, it could be a PM trade or lunch macro trade. I'm just not interested in it right now. Yeah, see, this didn't even hold. Showed no movement away. Yeah. To me, it looks like it's probably going to go a little bit lower because bullish arrays are just getting ran through right now. Bearish arrays are being held, but to what extent? It's just like kind of, yeah, it's not showing what you'd want to see. See, this is like, these are times when I try to catch the bottom and I'd buy before, like I would be here and just trying to buy it and I'd be like, oh, breaker set up, and I would just get wrecked. So yeah, this is a deep retracement. Yeah, NASDAQ has taken out a lot of its liquidity below, like the little trend line liquidity is pretty much what you would call it. The little phantom trend line is what ICT would call it. Has taken that out. Now, what would be interesting is if we do this and then trade above this convincingly. That would be very, very interesting. Like if I was looking to short, this would be a good opportunity. I just am not looking for shorts right now. And the reason why I say that is because we have a 5-minute, we've closed below here at a breaker, we've gone up there, a 5-minute order block with a 1-minute fair value gap on the low end of it. But I'm not interested in shorts today. I just feel like they're just gonna get wrecked. Yeah, I want to see bullishness. That's what I want to see. Include a deep retracement by ES down into its lowest 15-minute fair value gap, and if we can kind of start to see some movement now with some speed here, we may potentially see some nice price action to the upside, but it just looks heavy, man. But yeah, looking for shorts if I was, which I'm not. It'd have to go down to there. That's where it'd have to go down to. And oh, it's not on here. Let's see where that is. What's over there? Nothing that I can see. Oops. Let's see. I mean, anything if it was for shorts, it had to be targeting this new week opening gap from December 8th, which is way more than 50 pips or points. I'm sorry, not points, handles. But yeah, it's just that ain't it for me, man. I'm not looking for that. But if I was, this is the framework that I look for. Is this? Expect that to stay open, which it does. Trades up into this breaker there. We have a 5-minute order block. But yeah, I'm not looking for shorts. Yeah, very mixed. And if we were yeah, this morning I was expecting a lot of expansive price action. We did not get that at all. Either direction. But again, it's kind of like letting me know it's just being held. Like it's going below the low, but it keeps coming back up. I would expect it to expand, even if it was going to go lower. Like, expecting more expansion, but it's just not doing that. Like every run keeps coming back and overlapping, going down, coming back, overlapping, going down. Like, just not signatures that I'd be looking for. Yeah, been a very, I'll say lackluster day. Just kind of chilling. Price was like, yeah, I'm going to take a break today. I'm going on vacation. Not going to do much. Again, yeah, like even if I was in this short here, I would not feel comfortable from what it's doing. Yeah, it's on vacation now. It's like I'm gonna take this 3-day weekend. Well, sometimes I think it's because the things that I used to say too is like, you like tell yourself as a new trader, you're like, as soon as I close my stream or as soon as I do this, it's gonna start doing this. Like that's how I've seen a lot of people do it, and I did it myself as well. And it's like That is not true. Like that is like the biggest lie. As soon as I close my trade, it's gonna shoot up 1,000 points. Like that's usually what people think, and it's just usually never true. If you have the feeling or inkling that you should close it or do whatever, that's what you should do. It's not because if you knew that it was gonna go up 1,000 points, you wouldn't be tripping in the trade. You'd just be chilling. Like I want to see bullishness. I want to see it actually start, trading higher. But right now it's just doing like whatever it wants to do. And I mean, it's Friday. It's getting kind of later, so it's getting more and more less likely that I would take anything. Be high resistance conditions. We expect reclaimed order blocks or reclaimed PD arrays. So we're coming up into it's not as clean. But yeah, I would not feel comfortable because if I was shorting, like this would be my trade. But like I don't feel comfortable for where it's at and how much time we've been spending there. Like that's not it for me. And I know what I'm in. I know what I'm trying to trade down into. It's just, I feel like it's just L's all around. Like I would just be giving myself an L for no reason. Let's see, do we have some time to move now? We gonna go higher now, or are we gonna chillax and wait around some more? Yeah, I just wonder what they're gonna do because I'm just looking at this price action. I'm like, okay, well, we're getting close to 11 o'clock, which would be like kind of the 11 p.m. the lunch macro, and we're sitting there, and it's like, are they going to run against what was profitable, which would be, for right now, the shorts would be the profitable ones. But then I look at the economic calendar from next week. It's like, do they want to save this, trade it lower, get people to think that that's the high, that it's not going to get close, and then run it? That's a potential. But yeah, just right now, it's just not showing any important signatures. I mean, right now it looks like it a little bit. We had this here, not closing in this, and if we can start trading above here, now that to me it makes more sense, but still nothing yet. Yeah, the macro starts in about 2 minutes. But yeah, it's a short trade setup. The only one that I could see, it was not clean, and I would not want to be in that. It visually looks like throw up. Like it just looks very, very mixed. Okay, about 30 seconds until the 10 to 50 macro. Yeah, this fair value gap, it seems to be holding. It's also in the upper portion of a daily volume imbalance. But again, very, very low expectations at this point that we'll see this actually get hit. But it could. It could happen. Anything can happen. S&P looks like it's starting to, show a little bit of strength here. So here's the macro time. It's so crazy how we look at like different time frames. Like I'm looking at like how it didn't even really move here, but if you look on the 15-minute time frame, it looks like it just jumped down like 50 handles. Like that's what it looks like visually, which is crazy. They really be playing tricks on you. But again, yeah, just looking very heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Come on, man. You ever seen the? I think there's like some meme or something where they have like a stick and you like poke something that's dead and you're like, come on, do something. That's how I feel like. That's what I feel like right now. Like, do something. You can go lower. I could care less if you go lower. I could care less if you go higher. Just do something. Make it interesting so we can watch something. Yeah, you're just poking it with a stick. Do something. Like, I want to see you go higher, but I mean, if you go lower, that's fine. You can do whatever you want. But like, move around. Like, dang, just be like Dow. Like, look, let's go here. Yeah, make it worth watching. Like, at least a little bit. Do something cool. Like, now we have Dow here. Looks like some bullishness. We'll say that. We've seen how today's been trading, but yeah, of course, you know, now we're gonna go to the moon. But yeah, with this trading up a little bit more bullishness, we have NQ kind of just chillaxing, I guess, vacation mode. But yeah, we've really just kind of went up and down. I'm glad I waited until 10 o'clock to do anything and then realized that I didn't want to take this trade after it came back down into it. So really glad about that. Because again, the first trade would have been, for me, if it wasn't for the criteria, would have been here, and that would have been a loss, as you can see. But yeah, very happy with how I handled myself today with reading the charts and just being patient. That's something that I've also done, like I was explaining earlier. Too cool. I put my hands underneath the desk so that I have to move my hand up if I want to say something or do anything. We have about 7 minutes, and then I'm gonna pretty much end the stream. And yeah, because there's really nothing else for me to sit here and watch and do. Ended the week with one minor loss. I mean, it is what it is. We'll be back next week looking for the same things. But yeah, the very important lesson this week for me was checking the economic calendar every day, because that would have saved a loss, and most likely, you can say if I would have taken it, it would have been a win, but it would have been a very choppy win. But yeah, it would have saved me that loss. So that was the lesson for this week. And I checked it today. I made sure. I almost went about it without doing it, but I had to make sure I got it in today. Make sure it's part of my routine. But yeah, I mean, we're sitting at like new day opening gap highs from December 27th. Not really showing. I mean, like, we're in a whole bunch of, we're just in a cluster right now of everything. So yeah, now it wouldn't surprise me if later on they kind of release it either one direction or the other, just from how price is acting and responding. But yeah, at this point, not interested in either or. Like, you know, it's just late. It's late in the week, and this is all we've gotten. Just a chop fest. But again, yeah, I mean, looking at this, yeah, I don't know, man. And like, would it have even gone 50 points? Yeah, there's just, yeah, no shot. No shot. Because we have a breakaway gap here. We have us trading up into this 5-minute fair value gap, we stay in the lower portion. And then we have this fair value gap extended on time, but it's just, nope. You're not getting me today. So that's just essentially kind of what it is today. Nothing else. Nothing else to do. Just one of those days. So I guess Trump put an executive order to ban central bank digital currencies. I mean, I don't really know what's going on with in the crypto world. I mean, if they still think that the yeah, I don't really know what it. I mean, I don't know what that necessarily means for it. I mean, it's pretty much like what am I trying to say? Like everything is controlled, so regardless if the banks are doing it or whoever's doing it, it's still controlled. So not worried about that at all. But yeah, I'm not really sure what that means. Especially I'm not in crypto, so I don't know that is a good thing or a bad thing. I have no idea. Oh, even more control. I mean, isn't that better though? Because, I mean, it's an illusion of control. Even when you don't. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure. I'm looking at it in more terms of of trading. The more controlled it is, the better it is for people that know. Oh, it's that. Oh yeah, no, I'm good. Nah, that's weird. Nope. I would not do that. I would not do that. Yeah, no, that's dead, bro. That's dead. Yeah, that's dead. I'm trying to tell you, I would be looking to get rid of my um, U.S. passport if that was for real. That's dead. That's crazy. You're gonna freeze funds and put an expiration date on money? Like, what have we come to? If it actually, like, yeah, what have we actually come to if that's what's happening? I would be even more like, I already don't really want to live in the States, but that makes it even more like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gone, definitely, and probably indefinitely gone, like just not coming back, cause that's crazy. What? Yeah, bro, I'd be gone. I'm telling you, I would be gone faster than they can even, and I would literally give up um, my U.S. Pass citizenship because I'm like, that is weird. You're gonna control how much we eat. I think it could give us a certain amount of money and then we have to spend it. No, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I would chill. What is that? 15-minute cities. Yeah, I don't know about all that, man. I'd be gone. I would be gone so fast. Yeah, I'm not into all that stuff. Pretty much would be done. Yeah, all right. So it's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna head off. This is, we were looking for higher prices. We didn't get that. I'm glad that I was able to wait and be patient until 10 o'clock to look for my setup, because that would have saved me a loss. And yeah, didn't need to incur that. Again, I was not looking for anything lower. We had signatures that I would expect to see price go higher. We fell, literally 16 points away. This could, eventually still go up higher. I'm not interested right now in any of this. And today, I think there's better opportunities. There's better days than this, and I want to be a part of those better days than to waste my ammo on a day that looks like this. So I appreciate you guys for coming and watching. I'll be on, I think, next Monday. Let me check to see kind of what we have. Oh, that's this week. I'm about to see. So I'll be on maybe on Monday and Tuesday. I won't be looking to trade anything. It'll be a lot of tape reading for me. Wednesday, maybe I'll stream the PM session. I'll see what I'll do there. I definitely will be trading that. I don't know if I'll stream that. But then we'll be back Thursday and Friday. So if anything, I will trade Monday and Tuesday. And I'll see if I'll stream this one on Wednesday. But then definitely Thursday and Friday. So I'll let you guys know on my community tab, and also on Instagram and Twitter on the days that I will be going live for next week. I appreciate you guys, and I will catch you on the next stream. Peace out. Hope you guys have a great day and an amazing weekend.